time to also having the hubs contextualizing and experimenting at national or regional level and these knowledge translation tools or methodologies, or looking for new methodologies that could work in their context. So yeah, as I said, the aim of this fund was to basically provide the opportunity to the hubs to try out new methodologies or methodologies that already existed, but to focus on a national or regional level instead of international. The objectives of the Knowledge Translation Fund were to provide a space for experimenting, explore different strategies that can effectively influence changes in policy and practice. And also that would give us some evidence that this has happened. Also to improve the understanding of which strategies actually contribute to a successful knowledge translation and knowledge use in a specific context. To facilitate learning, collaboration, and exchange between hubs. So even if these sessions or these methodologies were tested at national or regional level, there was a component of international exchange between the hubs. And I think today is kind of a follow-up of this international exchange and learning, where you all will hear what others have been doing over the past year and a half. Another of the objectives was to strengthen the capacity of the staff that participated in this knowledge brokering trajectory, to enhance the role of members in knowledge translation and knowledge use, to really put them at the center of these new methodologies, to enhance sharing and applying knowledge about the most effective strategies that contribute to successful knowledge translation and use, and to sustain the strategies and the approaches that contribute to successful knowledge translation and use. So as you can see, there's a lot on knowledge translation and promotion of knowledge use, and how can this happen in different ways in different contexts. So what we did is to propose to all 7 hubs to submit some sort of proposal to host or a national or regional sharing, like a collaborative approach, as I mentioned, to host a national or regional co-creation conference, or to test a new methodology or a combination of other methodologies. And of course, the fourth option was not to apply. And we also had a specific budget for this. So I think that at national level, they have a maximum of 33 or 32,000 euros that they could apply to implement these activities. And then for the regional activities, there was a budget of 60,000 euros. And that brings us to the awarded projects and hubs. 5 of the hubs, which are the ones that are presenting today, applied for the Knowledge Translation Fund. And as you can see, they did some different activities and used different methodologies in different contexts. So for example, SRHR Colombia organized a regional knowledge fair, which Carolina is going to tell us more about it. SRHR Jordan, a regional co-creation conference, which Ali will present later. In SRHR Bangladesh, they did a combination between sharing and the knowledge fair. And I think most of you already know, but the knowledge fair is kind of like the signature activity of SRHR Bangladesh. And it's actually very nice to see how it has been also implemented in other hubs. And finally, both SRHR Burkina Faso and SRHR Ethiopia organized a national co-creation conference. And yeah, the final slide for this short presentation is what was the aim of this dissemination event. We wanted to share more about what was the aim of this Knowledge Translation Fund, what was the journey that the hubs has gone through to make sure that these activities happened, and yeah, maybe what were the lessons or the challenges that they experienced in implementing these methodologies, which originally were thought of as international level methodologies. And also they will share a little bit more on the achievements of the Knowledge Translation Fund. And I also invite you all to really ask critical questions in the chat, because this was kind of a test run for ShareNet. We thought that over the past 4 years, we have been focusing quite a lot on the international level knowledge translation and knowledge dissemination, but thought that maybe it was time to see or give a little bit the power to the hubs and the hub members to test if these methodologies were also working at national level, and what were the difference between one thing and the other. So please keeping in mind that this is really focusing on knowledge translation and promotion of knowledge use. Feel free to also ask critical questions to our presenters. And I will stop sharing my screen now, because I'm happy to give the floor to Carolina from ShareNet Colombia. She is the coordinator of ShareNet Colombia, and she will present about the regional knowledge fair that they organized the past month of August. So Carolina, the floor is yours.
Thank you, Maria. Hi, everyone. I'm really happy to be able to share our process with you. I'm going to start sharing my screen now. I think you can see it now. Is it good?
Yes, we can see your screen.
Great. So what I want to share now is how this process that Maria was mentioning on the Knowledge Translation Fund was for us. So we, as Maria mentioned, we presented our proposal, and our first aim was to promote and create knowledge translation products that could have an impact on policy and practice, both in Colombia and in the region of Latin America and the Caribbean. And we also wanted to take a step forward and do knowledge promotion and appropriation of these knowledge translation products. And obviously, they were all related to sexual and reproductive health and rights. We also wanted to foster the scenario for policymakers and practitioners to learn about the knowledge translation products and to come closer to our ShareNet platform. We wanted to also create a space for us to be able to be present in the region and articulate with other stakeholders and collaborate also with other members and potential organizations in Latin America. As for the specific objectives, we kind of proposed to do this through three main areas. One was to generate these knowledge translation products. The second one was to host a space for the dissemination and exchange of knowledge for the public, policymakers, practitioners, and stakeholders, and also to initiate processes of collaboration and linkage of regional actors that allow the articulation of ShareNet Colombia and Latin America and the Caribbean level. So the steps that we took for this process were four. First, we had the topic selection. We opened a consultation with our members after doing a pre-selection of potential topics with our steering committee. And then we sent out a survey for the members to vote and select the topic that they wanted to do the whole process on. And the selected topic was SRHR for vulnerable populations. So with that in mind, we opened a regional call to fund knowledge translation proposals that was open for ShareNet Colombia members. There was a condition that if they were selected, they needed to attend the knowledge exchange fair in person. The products needed to be sustainable and the organization needed to have local capacity building. They needed to do a mapping of stakeholders that were going to be potential beneficiaries or users of this knowledge translation product, so that we can try to assure that we had an impact on policy and practice. Then we had a selection of the grantees by a grant committee, and at the end we gave out 6,000 euros to 4 proposals in the region, 2 in Colombia, 1 in Chile, and another one in Panama. And they all had 7 months to implement their proposals. Then on the third space, we had a regional knowledge exchange fair, as Maria was mentioning. We implemented several methodologies that were adapted to our context and needs. We had presentations from the 4 grantees who were sharing how the process of creating their knowledge products was. We had spaces for networking, and we also had tried to potentialize the knowledge translation products. And the last part was the knowledge appropriation, where we are right now, we are creating the memories from the knowledge exchange fair, and we want to do some dissemination through social media. We already had shared a video, a recap video from the knowledge exchange fair, and we want to do, we are working also on other products that I'm going to mention later in the presentation. As for our grantees, we had 4, like I mentioned. We had Centro Plurales in Colombia, which is an organization from a university, Rosario University. They created a digital and pedagogical platform with a toolkit on CSC and SRHR for young people with cognitive disabilities. In Panama, we worked with Asociación Transdiversas. They did a training for trans women on human rights, communication strategies, advocacy, STDs, HIV, and gender equality. And they also hosted the first regional meeting of trans women in Panama. The other one in Colombia was White Toto Foundation. They created an educational guide and a game board based on traditional games from the Colombian Pacific, on CSE for children, adolescents, and women in Bahía Málaga, Buenaventura. And the last one was from Chile, Asociación OTD. They created the first traveling museum on SRR from the transgender people to show their history and raise awareness on their rights. So here I want to share a small video or the products that were created, so you can see from yourselves. This is the museum from Chile.
We are White Toto Foundation, an organization that promotes sexual and reproductive rights through ethnic and territorial approach. Using traditional games from the Pacific region, we create engaging, cultural, relevant educational experience.
It's how the website for people with cognitive disabilities looks like.
Hola, te damos la bienvenida a esta caja de herramientas donde encontrarás información sobre tus derechos sexuales y reproductivos. Aprenderás sobre tu cuerpo, tus relaciones y tu sexualidad.
Nuestra visión es ser una organización de referencia para las personas trans de Panamá en el Ecuador.
These are some videos and pictures from the regional meeting that the trans women had in Panama. So I'm looking at the time. Oh, I think I jumped to the final. Yeah, so here. So yes, as I mentioned, we hosted our first knowledge fair. This was the first time that ShareNet Colombia had an event like this one. It was on August 13 and 14. We had more than 60 people coming from different organizations in Latin America and the Caribbean. As I mentioned, there were presentations from our grantees. We had 4 panels, also with experts and important stakeholders that were discussing specific topics on SRHR. And we had also a showcase of 10 posters that were also sharing another knowledge products created by other members of ShareNet on different topics on this big umbrella of SRHR for vulnerable populations and the spaces for networking. Here's the video. I'm going to skip and see if I have the time at the end, or can I show it?
You can show it now.
Okay, great. This is, let me see. Just a second. Can I move this thing?
No gubernamentales, comunitarias.
Can you see it?
Durante 2 días se vivió en Bogotá, Colombia, la Feria Regional de Intercambio de Conocimiento, un evento organizado por ShareNet Colombia y por Familia. Por ello, queremos invitarlos a conocer todo lo que sucedió en este espacio.
En el marco de la implementación del Fondo de Traducción de Conocimiento, Profamilia y ShareNet Colombia organizaron este encuentro en el que durante 2 días, organizaciones no gubernamentales, comunitarias e internacionales, así como universidades e instituciones públicas, se reunieron para conversar, presentar sus productos y procesos de traducción de conocimiento, así como proyectos e investigaciones en salud y derechos sexuales y reproductivos para poblaciones vulnerables de la región.
Entender y escuchar esas voces, cuáles son las realidades, cómo se viven, cómo se entienden los desafíos que enfrentan las poblaciones más vulnerables en distintos países de la región, nos sirve a nosotros para poder alimentar y mejorar la propuesta desde el punto de vista de conocimiento, que a su vez alimentan las acciones de incidencia.
Además de la presentación y discusión sobre 14 productos de conocimiento, tuvimos la fortuna de contar con más de 20 voces expertas de toda la región, quienes acompañaron 5 paneles enfocados en los desafíos que enfrentan las poblaciones vulnerables, abordando la intersección entre salud y derechos reproductivos y población con discapacidad, personas LGBTIQ+, grupos étnicos y poblaciones en vulnerabilidad como víctimas del conflicto armado, trabajadoras sexuales y población en situación de calle.
Me llevo, ¿verdad?, la iniciativa regional de tratar el tema de salud sexual y reproductiva de una manera veraz, de una manera objetiva, científica, y que ese trabajo llegue a todas las comunidades, incluyéndonos a nosotras como comunidades indígenas y como parte de las diversidades ancestrales de género.
Para continuar con una enriquecedora jornada, las personas invitadas compartieron un espacio de relacionamiento clave en el que se pudieron inspirar y encontrar oportunidades de colaboración, réplica y articulación en acciones puntuales que promuevan una sociedad más justa y equitativa.
Que ha sido muy rico para todas las personas que estamos participando, poder conocer cosas que no conocíamos y también poder establecer vínculos.
Desde 2023, ShareNet Colombia pudo ampliar su impacto nacional a nivel regional y la primera Feria Regional de Intercambio de Conocimiento ha sido un reflejo de ese esfuerzo materializado.
Estamos muy impresionadas del éxito que ha tenido la primera Conferencia Regional de Intercambio de Conocimiento aquí en Colombia, organizada por ShareNet Colombia, donde más de 40 organizaciones de la región han participado.
Colombia tuvo su ShareNet desde el año 2021 y estamos felices de tener más de 350 miembros a nivel regional en diferentes países de Latinoamérica.
Para ShareNet Colombia es muy gratificante haber generado un espacio de relacionamiento e intercambio de conocimiento, buenas prácticas e innovación con organizaciones de toda la región uniéndose alrededor de la gestión y traducción de conocimiento para las poblaciones que más lo necesitan, demostrando la importancia y fortaleza del trabajo en red.
Le agradecemos enormemente a todas las personas que hicieron parte de este espacio. Seguiremos trabajando en pro de la salud y derechos sexuales y reproductivos en toda la región.
Sorry, going back to the presentation. So yes, we are very proud of our event, and it was a really meaningful space for the people that were there. I also want to share that as a part of our Knowledge Translation Fund, we developed a human rights tattoo event. We wanted to incorporate a human rights-based approach in the whole process, and this was something that we wanted to be able to bring to our country. This was the first time that this organization was in our country. I don't know if you are all familiar with it, but they are tattooing the Universal Declaration of Human Rights, one letter at a time. So we had an event here in Bogotá, and we had 90 people participating in the space and receiving a tattoo. As from the highlights for the whole process for us, the main one is that we were able to reach different countries and communities through our grantees. and their knowledge products, which also proved to be meaningful and relevant, that we also were able to incorporate an intersectional approach that was in the center throughout all the implementation, which was also coming from the topic that we selected, that we had a successful knowledge exchange fair, as I mentioned. All the participants in this event were happy, were giving us good feedback, positive perceptions, and this was also a big step for ShareNet Colombia towards becoming a regional hub for Latin America and the region. Our contribution to knowledge translation, we believe that all the 4 knowledge products that were created, the museum, the workshops, the booklet, the game board, the digital tool, are great examples of innovative ways of getting knowledge around sensible topics on SRHR to people, to the communities. And also some of our grantees that were participating in the knowledge exchange fair found different opportunities to connect and to create a potential collaboration in the future. For example, Flora from the Rosario University told us that she achieved strategic alliances for the creation of larger initiatives in other areas of work with other participants of the event. Tamini Aguirre from Chile also acquired skills in project management, which were essential for their work in community organizing. And as for what comes next, as I said, we are working on other dissemination products. One is the digital magazine that is going to compile the whole process that we want to share in our virtual library and also with our grantees so that they have a powerful tool for advocacy and dissemination of their knowledge products. And we also hope, as a wish, dream, to be able to have resources to have a second regional exchange fair in the future and develop a process in the region, as we believe that this was a successful process and this was a really nice way of people coming together and sharing and exchanging knowledge around SRHR. These are some of the illustrations that are going to be in this digital magazine that are kind of showing the process. And this is it from my side. Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you very much, Carolina. Congratulations. I had the pleasure to participate in the regional meeting, and it was really beautiful to see how people who usually don't get the space to speak in this type of conference here, they were at the center. So I think that was already very powerful, and to have people from so many different countries in the region. It was also a great success. So thank you for your presentation. As we said, we're not getting questions, but please, if you have, put them in the chat, and I'm sure Carolina or the team can reply. And we will have a little bit of time at the end of the meeting. And now I would like to give the space to Semene from ShareNet Ethiopia. He's the knowledge management expert. And I think we're going to see a video of the National Co-Creation Conference.
ShareNet Ethiopia implemented a project called Knowledge Translation Fund. For the Knowledge Translation Fund, the aim was to translate knowledge for policy changes. So we wrote a proposal for ShareNet International, and we secured some funding for local co-creation conference. Our methodology was a co-creation conference. For this conference, we invited our members who surveyed to collect the topics of their interest to work on knowledge translation, and based on the survey result, abortion was the topic which is selected to be our co-creation conference topic. Based on their need, we developed a desk review or narrative review. We conducted this narrative review, and based on this result, we also produced a creative brief for the production of the knowledge products and also for our co-creation conference. After having the creative brief on our hand, we conducted a 3 days co-creation conference, inviting our members who are interested in working on abortion topics. In this co-creation conference, our members work in groups, they were separated into 4 groups, and these 4 groups were discussing on the topic of abortion and selecting their thematic groups, and also for which target groups they want to develop their knowledge product. There was these 4 groups, and these 4 groups were decided to produce a knowledge product for the general public. The second group were for adolescent and youth. The third group was for practitioners, and the fourth group were for policymakers. And these groups have been working for a long period of time to develop their knowledge products. We gave them a grant for them to develop these knowledge products, and they managed to develop these knowledge products for this project. This project, the development of the knowledge product, will give a chance for our members to share experiences. That was one of the benefits of this project. They were sharing their experiences, their challenges, working on the topic of abortion and developing the knowledge products. It has also an impact for ShareNet Ethiopia also. It will give us an outreach effect. We will be reaching to many of our members, and also through the knowledge products, we can distribute these knowledge products for the different target groups, and including policymakers, and advocate for policy changes in our country. What we learned through this project was involving our members from the very beginning, and gives kind of ownership for our members. Our members were really very happy to be involved from the very beginning to the end. That's, I think, one of the best experiences that we have. Also testing new methodology for knowledge translation was really an opportunity for ShareNet.
Hi, my name is Betalihim. I am the founder of Daily Studios, where we make 2D animation movies. So a while back, I had the opportunity to participate in a co-creation workshop, which was organized by Korha ShareNet. It was very educational, and we did get a valuable insight on sexual and reproductive health. We were then divided into groups to create educational materials. And our team, which included 5 different organizations, chose to produce an animation. And as an animator, I believe animation is a powerful and engaging tool to educate and raise awareness in an accessible way. So the story we created is based on a true event, and it is a deeply moving narrative. And if you haven't seen it yet, I highly encourage you to watch it. So we plan to share this animation on our social media platforms, using influencers so that we get more reach, and it's part of our effort to educate the public and break the stigma surrounding sexual and reproductive health issues. I truly believe this animation has the potential to positively impact the lives of many young girls. Yeah. Overall, the workshop, the co-creation workshop, was a great experience for me, and I hope there will be more opportunities like this in the future. These workshops are very crucial for education and for making a meaningful difference in different people's lives. So thank you, and I hope I'll be part of this kind of experience in the future as well.
Using the Knowledge Transfer Fund, we've produced different animation videos, infographics, and also carried out a campaign.
Issue we tried to address was segmented upon the different episodes of the animation video. So for example, our character was trying to find access to services that she was rightly supposed to access, but she wasn't able to do that. So we tried to highlight the gap in access to services. We also touched upon the community awareness level and the gap regarding that, and we touched upon also the biases among community healthcare providers. Overall process started with consulting with other young people and adolescents that were the target of this campaign. So we chose Instagram and TikTok as the main channel of the campaign.
And the reason why we chose this means of transferring our message was because we believe it's very relatable to young people who are found mainly on social media, and we thought that it would be a fun way to engage young people, to make it youth-friendly as a whole. And it was a very impactful process. I believe it was a learning for us, and also when it reaches the target group, it's going to be very interactive and fun for them to engage with.
SRHR Ethiopia was not having an experience in conducting cooperation conference. We were involved in Colombia. The second cooperation conference was in Colombia, and one staff of CORA participated in this cooperation conference, and we get the experience from that. And also there was a guideline developed for cooperation conference. Cooperation conference was the first of its kind for SRHR Ethiopia, and we learned a lot through this cooperation conference. It was a good experience for our hub, and also it was an experience for our members to be involved from the very beginning and to be part of the conference, and also in the development of the knowledge products. One of the unique features of this grant or this project is we involved different target groups in the production of the different knowledge products. The knowledge products for adolescent and youth has been developed by adolescent and youth. The knowledge product for practitioners were developed by health professionals. And for policymakers, we involved experienced advocacy organizations who are really actively working on policy level knowledge product development expertise. And also for the general public, we managed to involve different target groups for that group also. So it was an experience, and also it was for our members and also for ourselves as a hub also to get the different target groups involved in the production of the different target knowledge products for the different target groups. Through this project, one of the experiences we managed to get is also in order to get the ownership of our members, involving them from the beginning to the final production of the knowledge product is an experience for ourselves, and we want to keep on working on this kind of projects in the future also. The next step would be, now we have developed the knowledge products. The next step would be to disseminate these knowledge products. We will be using different platforms to disseminate these knowledge products. We'll be using our social media platforms, also website, to disseminate these knowledge products. Apart from that, our member would be also our way of disseminating these knowledge products. We'll be using our members' social media platforms and also their websites to disseminate these. We will have also a dissemination event like this one, also in different conferences we'll be participating and disseminating these knowledge products. So in the future, what we plan is to disseminate it to a larger audiences and to bring about change in our country. SRHR Ethiopia implemented a project called Knowledge Translation Fund. For the Knowledge Translation Fund, the aim was
Sorry, everyone. I think the first part where Semana was speaking was a bit low, but you will be able to find this presentation later online, and also Semana will join the panel discussion. So I hope that there we can give a 2-minute summary on what he was saying. But I think it is time then to go to our next presentation. Dr. Farhana from SRHR Bangladesh, she's the coordinator, and she's gonna present a little bit more about the mix between sharing and knowledge fair and methodologies that they use in the context of Bangladesh. So the floor is yours.
Thank you, Maria. At first, I want to know whether I'm audible or not. Okay, thank you. Hello to all the people across the world from Bangladesh. I'm Dr. Farhana. I'm going to present on Regional Knowledge Translation Fund of ShareNet Bangladesh. Next slide, please. Actually, the journey of the Knowledge Translation Fund started 2023 to 2024 under ShareNet Bangladesh Regional Knowledge Translation Approach, and it was a multifaceted and impactful endeavor. It began with the critical groundwork led by two foundational documents, and we found that there are no integrated knowledge management platform on the entire region, not only in Bangladesh, but also in neighboring countries like India, Nepal, Pakistan. And we have a need to address. So the spontaneous response of the regional practitioners led us to address the common SRHR topic. Next slide, please. The common topic of SRHR was comprehensive sexuality education, which has been developed with the help of the regional team after contextualizing and before analyzing the plan with the regional team and experts. And we continuous keeping the monitoring and the adjustment. And we later then agreed the issue comprehensive sexuality education will be finalized for the knowledge translation. Next. Next slide, please. Yeah. Our short-term goal was to share and manage the knowledge coming from the different countries on the same perspective and to learn how the knowledge is accessed by the policymakers of the SARC-affiliated country, Bangladesh, India, Nepal, Pakistan. Next. Our long-term goal was to gather, translate, and curate the knowledge for easy access and actually forming an integrated regional hub for the country people and expanding it to the regional community of practice in more and more countries. Next. Next slide. Yeah. We have done so far 4 learning sessions, and our first sessions begin on November 2023, where the topic was gender analysis of the existing SRHR curriculum in South Asian countries, and we received 4 country-level knowledge products. And then later on 2024, June 21st, we have done the learning session 2, where the topic was immediate knowledge need and policy advocacy for implementing comprehensive sexuality education in South Asia region. And we also then received 4 knowledge products from different countries of Bangladesh, India, Nepal, and Pakistan. Our learning session 3, this event happened on September 4, 2024, and our topic was policy recommendation on SRHR education in formal and non-formal education. The knowledge product is still now ongoing. Next slide, please. The fourth session was the Regional Knowledge Translation Conference, which was a big event which happened in 2024, where about 50 participants from regional countries, India, Pakistan, Nepal, and Bangladesh joined together, and more than 7 organizations joined in hands. And the narrative review done by the Asian University for Women, and they done the item under we grow scopes of regional knowledge translation on SRHR education. Here you can see in the picture of the regional conference and the man, Dr. Mohiuddin Hasanul Kabir Chaudhuri, Associate Dean of Natural Sciences and Associate Professor and Program Director of Public Health at the Asian University for Women, Bangladesh. Next slide, please. There were some barriers, we have faced the political and social turmoil, not only in Bangladesh, but also in our neighboring country, India, Pakistan. There were unrest situation and political instability and social unrest led the internet disruption, which actually hamper our virtual participation and communication big time. and the limited expertise, particularly in the comprehensive sexuality education. Actually, we found that the topics like gender-based violence or child marriage, there are many experts, academicians, but very few in compared to that topics on especially comprehensive sexuality education in this region. So the limitation pose challenges in gathering diverse perspectives and expertise. And last is the delay in the delivery. The knowledge product comprises contributions from 4 regions. So delay in one region extends the overall process delay. Next slide, please. There are a few issues which work really well about the participation of the participants, of the academicians were really enthusiastic and very much cooperative. And then the thematic focus on comprehensive sexuality education, it actually filled the critical gap in the regional sexual and reproductive health right discussion, which makes the knowledge products very helpful. And the regional collaboration across countries, the communities of practice enable meaningful cross-country learning and knowledge exchange, which was very good actually. Some issues which did not work well, like the political instability, as I mentioned earlier, some logistical challenges, and the delay in the fund disbursement to the expert, which is hindered our smooth execution. Next slide, please. We have learned few lessons that the multidisciplinary engagement and discussion sometimes, which is the power of the regional collaboration, and the importance of the youth leadership is undeniable. Youth-led initiatives, we have seen how significant it influenced the advocacy and the policy-making efforts, and the need for the resilience strategies. We very much understood that the hybrid approaches and the contingency planning are very crucial for this. And the value of the contextual education, especially the tailored comprehensive sexuality education content for Southeast Asia, highlighted the importance of the cultural relevance very much. Next slide, please. Yeah. Thank you. There are some recommendations for the future expansion. Like we have learned that the engage of the cultural and religious leaders to address the resistance of comprehensive sexuality education is very important. And to include the marginalized group, we can use mobile education method and also the digital platform. It works very well for them. To develop the comprehensive guideline and certification program, we need to include the teachers of primary and secondary level. And to utilize the impact studies to sustain momentum and support policy reforms, we need to robust the advocacy. Thank you. Next slide, please. I think I have come to an end, and this is the end of my presentation. There are a small video which will brief you about our journey and our future plan. So I'm requesting to play the video, please.
At the heart of ShareNet Bangladesh lies a simple yet powerful mission: knowledge management on SRHR in Bangladesh. But on numerous occasions, we felt the need to expand this vision beyond Bangladesh.
As you know, we have been working with ShareNet Bangladesh for the last 9 years. Back in 2021, we thought we would explore what's the situation in the region. And we found out there are no comprehensive knowledge management platform in the region. In the surrounding region like India, Pakistan, Nepal, Sri Lanka, even Afghanistan, people said that there are no comprehensive knowledge management platform.
In response, we formed the Regional Community of Practice in 2022 by gathering experts, youth leaders, and policymakers from South Asian countries.
Back in 2021, as part of our exploration, we did a study together with Dr. Bilal from Dhaka University to find out what is the common issues in the region on SRHR. So we started working from that aspiration. We set up a regional COP, and after that, from ShareNet International, we did together the Knowledge Translation Fund.
A trusted partner for the reform initiative of the interim government.
The Knowledge Translation Fund, or KTF's goal, was to transform knowledge into applicable action, foster cross-country collaboration, and drive regional solutions for SRHR challenges. From 2023, KTF started its journey with a mission to hold 3 learning sessions within the span of 18 months. Participants from 4 countries joined forces to focus on comprehensive sexuality education, or CSE.
So from this 3 learning sessions, we had 3 knowledge products. In the first knowledge product, we tried to analyze the gender gap in comprehensive sexuality education. In the next learning session, we tried to find out our knowledge product, our knowledge need and knowledge gap in the region. And in the third learning session, we ended up with a policy brief.
As the journey continued, and the next step was to compile them to showcase in the regional conference. At this stage, the Asian University for Women in Chittagong tagged along with ShareNet Bangladesh. Led by Dr. Mueddin Ehsanul Kabir Chaudhary, we developed a compiled narrative review that gave us a way forward to strengthen the CSE curriculum in the region. With the Regional Knowledge Translation Conference, around 50 participants from various organizations came together to share their findings.
So overall, the complete program have helped me to translate my SRH knowledge into various programs in my state, as well as to look at the country perspectives on what is the current status of CSE in India, what are the programs running parallel to that, and why there is a lot of debate on CSE which is going on very active in India.
We can encourage our peers.
So I think it was a wonderful platform from that aspect that gave everyone to speak out what they think. And some of the topic came out, it was really, I would say, honest and open discussions.
We are actually planning to keep continuing this journey, keep continuing this approach, but this time it would be not only on CSE but also other important topics that are linked with SRHR.
But this is just the beginning. ShareNet Bangladesh is now setting its sights on forming a regional hub for knowledge translation, a hub that will amplify regional voices and drive lasting change in SRHR.
So we just implemented our Knowledge Translation Fund project. So it is a bit too early to showcase any impact or policy level changes. We hope that the platform we created will keep continuing to be that platform where everyone can exchange knowledge and everyone has knowledge and information to take their decisions about their own SRHR rights.
Together, we'll continue to grow. The KTF journey is a testament to the power of collaboration, resilience, and hope. Because when we work together, we grow stronger.
Yes, thank you very much to Dr. Farhana and also to the whole team of ShareNet Bangladesh. It was really very nice to see also how you brought the knowledge fair to kind of like the next level and made it regional. So congratulations for that. And I think we're at the end of the first round of presentations. We will have a short break, maybe 5 minutes. And we hope to see you back at, in 5 minutes. So all for wherever you are based in the world. And I see that there are some questions in the chat, so I would invite Dr. Farhana also to please answer to those questions. See you in a bit. Welcome back, everyone. Are we back? I get some thumbs up if we're back. Yeah, I see a few. Maybe for those who are already here, the next presentation will be in French. So please make sure that you had the interpretation on. And if I get one more round of thumbs up, and if I see quite some, then I will give the floor to Nafisa. Okay, well, Nafisa, are you ready?
Yes, Maria, I'm ready.
Okay, super. Alors,
I can share with you my screen.
Yeah.
Okay. Bonjour à toutes et à tous et j'espère que je parle plus fort. Et si à un moment donné, vous ne m'attendez pas, vous pouvez laisser un commentaire pour que je puisse parler un peu plus fort. OK, from ShareNet. Au niveau de ShareNet Burkina Faso, d'abord, je vais me présenter. Je suis Ouedraogo Nafisatou et la coordinatrice de la plateforme ShareNet Burkina Faso.
Sorry, can you put the presentation in presenters mode? At the bottom right? On the bottom up, sorry. I always use the bottom down. Hello?
Do you hear me?
Yeah. Yeah, there. Perfect. Yeah. Merci.
Ok, je suis Ouedraogo Nafisatou et la coordinatrice de la plateforme ShareNet Burkina Faso. À un moment donné, si vous ne m'attendez pas bien, et vous pouvez laisser un commentaire pour que je puisse parler un peu plus fort. Comme Maria l'a si bien dit, et en ce qui concerne au Burkina Faso, il s'agissait de la réalisation d'une conférence de co-création. Alors, l'objectif même de notre projet au niveau du Knowledge Translation Fund, c'est d'abord identifier les lacunes en matière de connaissances sur les droits et santé sexuelle et reproductive au Burkina Faso et de proposer des recommandations et des perspectives pour y remédier à ce problème. Également, c'est de contribuer à accroître l'accessibilité des connaissances et bien évidemment au niveau des droits et santé sexuelle et reproductive au Burkina Faso. Et le troisième point, c'est d'améliorer l'utilisation des connaissances pour les appliquer aux politiques et aux pratiques. Et enfin, accroître l'intérêt des donateurs pour la production des connaissances. Donc ici, à ce niveau, nous voulons plus impliquer les donateurs et les organisations de la société civile, les partenaires, à mettre un pied dedans. Alors, pour la conférence de co-création, ShareNet Burkina Faso a opté une méthodologie participative. Et pourquoi cela? C'est dans le but de favoriser l'implication même des acteurs. Quand je dis les acteurs, c'est les ONG, les experts et bien évidemment la société civile. Également dans l'élaboration des connaissances. Donc, grâce à cela, avec cette approche participative, qui nous a permis de tenir compte des réalités locales. et notamment sur l'impact de la crise sécuritaire sur les droits et santé sexuelle et reproductive, et bien évidemment en intégrant de nouvelles technologies numériques pour apporter des solutions appropriées. Alors, cette méthodologie a également facilité la coproduction de solutions adaptées aux défis locaux et tout en assurant également l'adhésion et l'engagement des parties prenantes. Alors, en termes de problèmes et questions au sujet de la santé sexuelle et reproductive dans le cadre de notre projet, il s'agit notamment de l'impact de la crise sécuritaire sur l'accès aux services de santé de la reproduction. Il y a également l'utilisation des technologies numériques pour faciliter l'accès aux services et aux informations en matière de la santé au niveau régional et surtout dans les zones d'accès où l'accès est difficile. Donc, alors, raison pour laquelle, que nous avons produit nos connaissances, il y a une vidéo spécialement même sur le volet technologie numérique. Et c'est très intéressant. Et peut-être à la fin, si le temps me permet, je peux laisser le lien en commentaire. Il y a également l'inclusion des jeunes et des femmes dans la recherche de solutions aux défis de la santé sexuelle et reproductive. Alors, une vue d'ensemble, il faut dire que notre projet a suivi plusieurs étapes clés. D'abord, nous avons identifié un thème spécifique en lien avec la crise sécuritaire. Donc, ce thème est adapté au contexte national, le contexte du Burkina Faso, l'interconnexion entre les droits et santé sexuelle et reproductive et la sécurité. À la suite de la sélection même du thème, il y a eu une revue de littérature. Et cette revue de littérature a permis d'analyser des recherches existantes et pour poser les bases théoriques et contextuelles du problème. À la suite de cela même, c'était le grand jour, l'organisation même de la conférence de co-création qui a eu lieu en 3 jours. Et cet événement marque la réflexion collective et également la production de connaissances adaptées aux besoins locaux. Et nous avons pu, grâce à cette conférence de co-création, à la fin même de la conférence, nous avons lancé un grant où les participants se sont constitués en 3 groupes et dans le but de produire des connaissances. Et nous les avons subventionnés. Et à l'heure où je vous parle, ces produits sont disponibles et déjà même diffusés même sur le site web de SRHR Burkina Faso. Alors, je vous invite à jeter un coup d'œil. Et j'avais déjà avancé le 4e point qui est la production des produits de connaissances. Et ce qui est bien dit ici, 3 produits de connaissances tels que le premier produit de connaissances, il s'agit d'une plaquette numérique en lien avec la DSSR. Et il y a la réalisation des capsules vidéo. Une capsule vidéo est faite en langue locale et traduite en français. Également en langue de signes. Et il y a également une autre vidéo en pièce théâtrale, voilà, qui est aussi traduite en langue de signes. Et ces produits de connaissances ont été créés pour guider les politiques et les pratiques dans le domaine de la santé sexuelle et reproductive. Nos bénéficiaires directs sont les acteurs de la santé, les responsables politiques, les jeunes et les femmes et les communautés vulnérables. Et en termes de partenaires clés, il faut dire qu'il y a des ONG locales et internationales, des chercheurs et des experts de la santé sexuelle et reproductive. Et bien sûr, il y a l'équipe de coordination même de la plateforme SRHR Burkina Faso, composée de l'équipe projet. Alors, le processus a impliqué une collaboration étroite entre les différents acteurs, tout en assurant une bonne circulation des idées et la mise en place de solutions concrètes adaptées des défis qui ont été rencontrés, notamment la gestion du temps pour la réalisation. En termes de défis majeurs, il s'agissait bien de la gestion même du temps, puisque les différents membres du groupe venaient de structures différentes. D'autres même venaient même hors de notre ville d'origine. Donc, n'était pas simple d'assurer le suivi. Mais grâce à l'engouement même de ces membres, nous avons pu réaliser ces produits de connaissances. Alors, le défi majeur même, c'était vraiment la rencontre même des différents membres du groupe pour pouvoir produire ces connaissances. Il y a également la gestion du temps qui est là. Donc, et les différents bénéficiaires trouvaient que le temps que nous les avons donné est peu. Donc, ils nous avaient suggéré une petite prolongation. Et même ça, ce n'a pas du tout été facile, mais nous avons pu relever ce défi. Alors, la conférence de co-création a permis non seulement de partager les résultats du projet, et également discuter des défis rencontrés et les solutions innovantes. Et cela a permis d'ouvrir une voie future de partenariat comme l'ONG et Pathfinder. Et avec eux, et nous avons vraiment de l'espoir que, puisque c'est une ONG qui nous soutiennent beaucoup et qui sont jour et nuit à côté de nous. Donc, nous espérons ouvrir une voie future de partenariat avec eux bientôt. Et en termes de résultats concrets, il y a eu la production de 3 produits de connaissances et des outils pratiques, des documents de politique qui seront utilisés pour améliorer les programmes de santé de la reproduction. Le dernier résultat concret, il y a le renforcement même des capacités des partenaires. Avec cette conférence, il y a eu même le réseautage et le renforcement des membres. Voilà, il y a eu une petite session de formation et de renforcement de la coopération entre les acteurs locaux. La foire de connaissances et la conférence de co-création, et ces événements ont été essentiels pour le partage des résultats du projet. Alors, la conférence a ouvert une voie d'innovation et cela a permis aussi de discuter les défis rencontrés au niveau du projet et ouvrir aussi une voie de partenariat futur. Et la conférence a permis de faciliter la réalisation des produits de connaissances, comme je l'ai si bien dit au début. Également, nous a permis de présenter même la revue de littérature sur l'impact de la crise sécuritaire sur la SDSR. En plus de cela, identifier les domaines prioritaires pour lesquels un changement est nécessaire. Le 4e point, c'est grâce à la conférence, nous avons pu identifier les types de produits de connaissances adaptés au niveau local. Et également, cela a suscité l'intérêt même des partenaires techniques et financiers dans la production des produits de connaissances. Et également, la conférence, en dernier point, a permis de lancer des appels à subventions pour le développement des produits de connaissances. Il faut dire qu'il y a eu plusieurs photos, des vidéos qui témoignent vraiment l'engagement même des membres et dont j'ai fait un Google Drive que je partagerai à la fin de ma présentation. Je laisserai ça en commentaire. Voilà. Notre projet a joué un rôle majeur en contextualisant les connaissances, surtout en matière de la santé sexuelle et reproductive, dans le cas spécifique de la crise sécuritaire au Burkina Faso. Cela a permis de formuler des recommandations. Il y a pas mal de recommandations que nous avons à notre niveau. Des recommandations politiques surtout basées sur les données locales et également des recommandations à utiliser sur le plan technologique numérique et afin de répondre aux besoins des populations vulnérables et notamment les femmes et les jeunes. Également, le projet a contribué à 2 volets. D'abord, à l'amélioration à l'accès à l'information et aux services de santé dans les zones rurales isolées, et tout en intégrant bien les technologies numériques comme moyen à surmonter les défis sécuritaires. Donc, il y a un produit de connaissance pour ça, qui sensibilise beaucoup.
Nafisa, you have 2 minutes left.
Ok, Maria, sorry. Il y a le renforcement de l'influence des acteurs locaux. Là, c'est un témoignage d'un bénéficiaire du nom de Arthur qui dit vraiment que ShareNet a transformé sa vie grâce à ShareNet. Il y a pas mal de témoignages à l'endroit même de ShareNet qui sont vraiment touchés. Donc, je ne vais pas lire comme le temps ne me le permet pas. Alors, nos prochaines étapes, c'est de renforcer les partenariats. Donc, ça, c'est une prochaine étape, surtout le renforcement de partenariats et étendre le modèle du projet et dans d'autres régions au Burkina Faso. Et il y a le suivi et évaluation pour mesurer l'impact à long terme sur les pratiques de santé de la reproduction. Alors, le rêve de ShareNet Burkina Faso, c'est de voir un Burkina Faso où chaque individu, surtout les jeunes filles, femmes, ait un accès équitable à des services de santé sexuelle et reproductive de qualité. À travers ShareNet Burkina Faso, nous souhaitons contribuer à la création d'un environnement où les politiques et les pratiques en matière de santé, droits sexuels et reproductifs sont durables, inclusives et réellement transformateurs pour les communautés locales. Alors là, c'est quelques images de certains membres du groupe pour la réalisation des groupes de connaissances. Et là également, c'est une photo de famille des membres du groupe PAT. Alors, je vous remercie. Donc, je vais laisser, comme je l'ai si bien dit, et un lien en commentaire où il y a des images et des vidéos. Merci.
Yeah, thank you very much, Nafisa. It was a difficult start of organizing this co-creation, but I think in the end it was very successful, and it's very nice to see how it evolved. And I think that now we are ready for the last presentation. I would like to invite Ali, who is the coordinator of ShareNet Jordan. Ali, just a reminder to please speak slowly and clearly so that the translators can do their work. So the floor is yours.
Yes, please, okay. Good afternoon. Good morning for everyone. I'm going the regional co-creation conference in Jordan. Please, next. Can I move the slide from my side? Okay. First, our aim to translate knowledge and evidence into products that Jordan and that Jordan members and participants from the regional can use to improve policies and the practices related to variety of sexual reproductive health and rights, and then also to transform knowledge and evidence into knowledge products that participants can use to improve policies and practices related to comprehensive sexual education at the level of the Arab region. This text. We have many objectives, but briefly, the objectives of the Economic Conference to produce knowledge, products, and evidence around comprehensive sexuality education at the regional level, also to identify areas where changes needed and the kind of procedure and the process needed to improve policies and or programs within or the participating country, also to develop knowledge products aimed to influence development processes in the field of comprehensive sexual education, and to offer the opportunity to learn, exchange, and network between the Arab actors at the regional level, and then to initiate a process of collaboration and linkages at the regional level, and to launch the co-creation conference, 3 small grants grants around the area that through the implementation of the knowledge products from the implementing the conference, the conference at the regional level on the comprehensive sexual education. And please next. Briefly, I want to discuss about the overall or steps that we are follow. Last year, at the end of last year, we formed a community of practice from the representative from various national and international organization to advance comprehensive sexual education and curriculum through participant and then to ensure that we success in our work and for sustainability, we placed the regional conference under the patronage of Excellency of the Higher Council for National Center for Curricular Development, and also we invited from 5 countries that already integrated the sexual reproductive into their curriculum, from Egypt, Tunisia, Lebanon, Morocco, and Jordan. And also we invited the executive director of the Higher National Center to facilitate the panel discussion in the conference. And also we invited the director of textbook and curriculum in the Ministry of Education to facilitate all the sessions of the conference. Please next. Participation attendance includes 90 local stakeholders attended in the first day, and 23 on the second day, with country expert sharing reports on SRHR integration experience in school curricula. I said that the executive director of National Center facilitated this session. And the second day of the conference, we launched three grants for a proposal for SRHR integration and education by Shannon Jordan, and then 3 small grants proposal approved. The knowledge products developed based on the approved grant proposal translated into all the grants translated into English language and designed layout, and all of them published on our website of Shannon Jordan. And then in October 16 to 17, 2024, we launched event for larger product addressing phase integration as a concept and educational program attended by various educational and governmental stakeholders. Please next. I don't read everything. Just I'm going to read the title of the narrative review from Tunisia, the narrative review project on integration comprehensive health education into Tunisian educational curriculum, and then from Lebanon, integration life skills on reproductive health education from gender perspective, pre-university general education curricula in Lebanon, and then from Jordan, narrative review report comprehensive sexual education in the integration of sexual health and concept in the Jordan curriculum, and from Egypt, concepts of sexual and reproductive health, the curriculum of the Arab Republic of Egypt, and then from Morocco, a report of the integration of So as you see, there are five narrative review from 5 countries that participated in the conference, and we hired a consultant to work on this narrative review and make and build a comprehensive narrative review for all countries. Please next. Based on the recommendation of the conference and the proposals that are submitted to the grants that are from Shannon Jordan, this is the titles of the grants. The readiness of educator in Lebanon from a technical and physical perspective and address topic related to sexual and reproductive health, and from Egypt, developing a conceptual framework for integrated sexual health concept into curricula, and from Jordan, analytical study of various tools in the integrated of curriculum kingdom in Jordan. Please next. This is some photos from our the regional co-creation conference from the regional. Please next. And this is from the launching grants. Please next. This is about the how help and the practice in the specific context of our hub. From a dedicated co-creation conference, the community of practice knowledge product focused on guideline curriculum authors on integrating coverage sexual education concept with step-by-step instruction. We believe that this will effectively support knowledge translation into practice and policy as it was authorized by experts, including national curriculum contributors, adding significant credibility. Also, the regional national of the co-creation conference allowed for valuable idea exchange where we could identify the best practices that could be adapted to our context, such as including comprehensive school education with curriculum considering dedicated curriculum. The last one is the co-creation conference include a representative primary from government and decision-making levels, which we believe we will drive the application of our financial produce at policy level So during our implementation of the conference, we an agreement signed with the center with the higher center of the curriculum to strengthen our partnership in integrating the SRHR in our curriculum. Please next. What success stories? Currently, Lebanon is in the process of reviewing its curriculum after many years. During interviews for our annual remote Lebanese representative shared that participating in the co-creation conference, the regional co-creation conference in Jordan provided them with valuable new perspective and experience that they plan to directly incorporate into the upcoming curriculum, including comprehensive sexual education. Please next. So about what Shannon Jordan regional what next for diverse sexual comprehensive sexual education approach, each country's CSE journey looks different, showing how varied regional experience in within the MENA region, and learning from peers, direct exchange with colleagues from other countries provide valuable offering real with example and practice tips. Also tailored implementation, hearing each country's strategies gave everyone ideas on adapting CSE to fit local context. And the last teacher rules insight from Lebanon showed that the teachers are key to community sexual education success, as they play big part on how strategy understand these topics. Please, next. The next step and the future. Next year we will form a team of experts to review the adapted study prepared by the community of practice for the regional co-creation conference based on the UNESCO guide and within the Jordanian religious and cultural context to be adapted by the concerned authorities. Then we will also follow the recommendation of the regional co-creation conference on comprehensive sexual education and SRH concept that can be integrated into national school curriculum. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Ali. Congratulations also on all the work that you did, and also how you increased also your regional activities after this past years working on it. So yeah, thank you very much for sharing and also this success story. We are done with all our presentations, so I would like to have a round of applause for all of the presenters from all the hubs. It was really great to see all your presentations and everything you have achieved. And now I would like to invite those presenters to join me in this panel session. So we have Dr. Farana from ShareNet Bangladesh, Carolina Peña from ShareNet Colombia, and Semene, which I will give a little bit of time to just give us a short update on what was mentioned in the video from ShareNet Ethiopia, and Nafisa from ShareNet Burkina Faso, and Ali, who we just heard from ShareNet Jordan. So welcome all of you to this panel. Yes, we have them slowly. Yeah, I think we're missing Semene. Yeah, maybe in the meantime, I will just explain a little bit how we have prepared this panel. We have divided questions on 3 topics. The first one is the knowledge translation, the second one, challenges and lessons learned, and the third one is the dissemination and next steps. Also a little bit following the presentations. Not all participants will answer to all questions. So we would like to ask the panelists to please keep it short and concise, so that everyone has time to answer the questions. And maybe Semene, can I give you 2 minutes to just give a short summary of
Okay, thank you, Maria. My name is Semene Fukado from ShareNet Ethiopia. Sorry for the sound problems of the video. Our project was a co-creation conference, a local co-creation conference. And in this co-creation conference, we have like 3 days of co-creation conference. The process of the co-creation conference is we collected from our members through a survey to select topics, and the topic selected was abortion, and we want to develop a knowledge product on abortion. Then we did a kind of desk review. Based on the desk review, we created also a narrative review, narrative review for the production of the knowledge product. Before that, also we had also a consensus building meeting amongst our members, so that we were in the same level when in the production of the knowledge product. Then we give a grant for 4 of our members to develop knowledge products, and these knowledge products were, one is on adolescent end use, the other one is for practitioners, the third one is for policymakers, and third one is for the general public. So these are kind of animation videos, 4 animation videos. if all of you are really interested, I think it's also available in the digital platform. I think it will be uploaded there because we gave already all the links for the knowledge products, and all the knowledge products are really concluded with good quality animation videos, and we're really proud of that. And thank you.
Yes, nice. Thank you very much. We will anyway share the video that you recorded so that everyone has it. And now I would like to let's go to the first pillar of this panel, which will focus on knowledge translation. All the projects that you have implemented fell under this knowledge translation fund. So their aim was mainly to translate SRHR knowledge into a product that could influence policy and practice. So we are curious to hear a little bit more about your experience with this type of processes, being knowledge translation. So I would like to ask Farhana, Carolina, and Nafisa and Semene, if you could give a short answer to the question, what worked well in terms of achieving or working towards knowledge translation in your context. Maybe we can start with Carolina.
Yes, in our case, I think the main thing that worked well was the fact that the same organizations that knew their context, knew their communities, were the ones proposing and developing the knowledge products. So they really were aware of what those communities needed and how they needed to be, how they needed to receive that information. So, for example, for Waitoto, it was very important that they were able to incorporate traditional games that were from that same area, the Pacific, and to create a booklet and a game board that were using those games that were really known for among the adolescents and the youth, so that they feel related to the topics and they were more engaged. So I think that's very relevant, and I think it's really important that we have that approach.
Yeah. Thank you. Indeed, very important that the people who are developing the products know actually what it's needed and how it's needed. Farhana, would you like to add something else?
Yeah,
from your
Maria,
experience
thank you.
in Bangladesh?
Yeah. First of all, I would like to highlight that what worked well in our country is the stakeholder engagement and the co-creation of the knowledge. Because we have seen that around 30 COP members, 10 regional organizations, 15 national organizations, and more than 100 participants, they have joined throughout these activities. And they're recognizing that the knowledge translation thrives on collaboration. We facilitate dialogues among diverse sectors, including our policymakers, educators, NGO and youth organizations, to co-create solutions tailored to Bangladesh social cultural context. And this was a collaborative effort, not only created a buzz around the CSE discourse in Bangladesh, but also significantly contributed to the advancing SRHR by moving forward the upgradation of the CAC curriculum in the national framework. And I would also like to share that the drawing insights from India and Nepal, where the SRHR frameworks had shown varying degrees of success, we then adapted the elements of their approaches to fit in Bangladesh's needs. This comparative learning enabled us to refine our methodologies, ensuring that our interventions were culturally sensitive and technically sound. That's it. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you very much. So also, again, the importance of the stakeholders that you have involved in the projects and how can they learn and exchange with each other to find a solution that can fit a specific context. I'm curious to hear about Burkina Faso. Nafisa, is this something that resonates with you, or is it different from Burkina Faso?
Go on French.
Yeah, you can go in French.
En ce qui concerne le Burkina Faso, je vais dire ce qui est le plus marqué, c'est surtout l'adoption même de la méthodologie participative que nous avons choisie. Et cela a permis de renforcer même les différentes subventions, les différents membres qui avaient déjà bénéficié des subventions de ShareNet et ceux également qui n'avaient pas encore eu l'occasion de rentrer en contact avec ShareNet. Et lorsque nous avons reçu les témoignages, c'était vraiment touchant. Il y a d'autres qui disent que grâce à ShareNet, ShareNet a changé sa vie. Grâce à ShareNet, il a pu terminer ses études. Et donc, c'est un message des liens forts qui sont là. Donc, en plus de cela, nous avons pu renforcer même la connexion entre ShareNet et les partenaires. Il y a l'ONG Partenaire International qui nous soutient jour et nuit, qui promet de renforcer plus la synergie d'action avec ShareNet Burkina Faso parce qu'il a beaucoup aimé surtout notre méthodologie, le choix même de notre méthodologie, également même, et elle s'intéresse plus aussi à nos différents produits de connaissances, qui est vraiment fort, c'est sensible. Et je peux dire que pour ShareNet Burkina Faso, c'est surtout même le volet et renforcement même des capacités, parce qu'il y avait même des membres qui n'avaient aucune notion même des produits de... Quand tu dis produits de connaissances, ils te disent, mais produits de connaissances, c'est quoi? Mais ils disent que grâce à ShareNet, ils ont pu connaître même ce que c'est, ils ont pu renforcer leurs capacités et ils nous appellent même pour nous demander quand est-ce qu'on va lancer une subvention pour qu'eux puissent participer. Et il y a également des partenaires maintenant qui s'intéressent. Bien vrai que le projet, actuellement, nous travaillons plus sur la mobilisation des fonds, mais il y a des partenaires qui nous disent que réellement, c'est maintenant que le travail commence. Donc, ils nous souhaitent beaucoup de courage. Alors, c'est ce qui est au niveau de ShareNet Burkina Faso.
Yeah, thank you, Nafisa. So it was also in adapting or contextualizing the methodology, and what you did was include this aspect of capacity strengthening of the actors and the stakeholders who were involved. Semene, what about ShareNet Ethiopia?
Yeah, I think for ShareNet Ethiopia, I think what went well is like the involvement of our members. I think from the very beginning, from the selection of the topic is one of the things which really went well. I would say also having the freedom to choose what kind of knowledge products they want to develop. That's also, I think, something that went really well. And I think the co-creation conference gave us an opportunity to bring in diverse professionals on the table and to discuss and to share experiences and lessons to learn from different organizations working in the same topics. And I think the last one maybe would be it gave us a chance also to move from the traditional knowledge products like leaflets, brochures to digitalized form of like animation videos to reach out to young people and also for policymakers so that it makes it easy for people to understand. I think that was
Yeah, thank you very much. It's a little bit like there is same thread going around on like contextualizing, having stakeholders who know what is needed and in the format that it's better to approach the target audience, and also having this component of like learning and exchange among different individuals. I would like to ask Ali, you already gave us a little bit of a sneak peek in your presentation with your success story, but in what ways did your project contribute to changes in policy and practice?
Yes, thank you. As you know, the co-creation conference brought together governmental and decision makers to help turn idea into policies and actions. Participants shared experience like adding comprehensive sexual education to school curricula, a co-creation conference, community of practice guide written by experts also offers simple steps for curriculum writers, making it easier to apply comprehensive sexual education in practice and education.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you. So key to also have those stakeholders involved who can actually change policy and practice. in your activities. We have to, I'm just also checking at the time, and we have to move to the next pillar, which we said that it was challenges and lessons learned. So we all know that effective changes in policy and practice is not easy to have and to achieve, especially when working in such a sensitive topic as SRHR. And I'm sure that a lot of you will recognize this. But I'm curious to learn a little bit more on the challenges and lessons learned. Let's focus first on the challenges or barriers. I would like to invite Ali and Nafisa to maybe share a little bit more of what were those challenges or barriers that you experienced throughout this trajectory.
Yes, from John, from our side, while nothing was fundamentally unsuccessful, it's too easy, it's too early to measure how well our new knowledge and the grants products are being applied in practice. Not all were designed to have an immediate impact. For instance, some focused on assessing comprehensive sexual education integration through narrative reviews, a key steps toward meaningful policy change. I remember two challenges that we faced during the implementation. We invite an expert from a concern from the Ministry of of Education in Tunisia, and also from the Ministry of Education from Morocco. After we take an invitation letter to attend our conference in Tunisia, the ministerial changed. So the new minister refused to send the expert to our conference. The UNFPA in Jordan, the regional office in UNFPA in Jordan, covered five participants from this country, from Tunisia and Morocco and from Egypt and Lebanon and from Jordan also. So the people that covered by that funded by covered by Tunisia, the same group that the expert in the Ministry of Education are working in the integrating of the comprehensive sexual education and curriculum intelligence. So she, Dr. She, present present the experience of Tunisia, and she also attended the panel discussion. Also from Morocco, the minister assigned the expert from a new urgent assignment, urgent mission to Spain. So we coordinate with the expert to present their presentation online from Spain. So we managed everything. But it's in that time it's very difficult for us how to manage how to do this. This is briefly.
Yeah, so you had to adapt a little bit to in order to have all these people from the government. I also
Also Maria,
Yeah.
during launching the grants, so the expert from Egypt and from Lebanon, they didn't attend physically because the situation in Jordan, the situation in
In
their
the region.
country, from their situation. So we managed that to do to attend the meeting through online through Zoom
Yeah.
meeting.
Thank you for adding this, Ali, because this was actually my follow-up question, and I also saw it in the chat that someone asked about it. How did you engage actors in the region when the situation was, quite tense, let's say. So thank you for touching upon that and also giving the space online for these people who could not travel to Jordan. And I would like to hear about Nafisa. What were the challenges for ShareNet Burkina Faso? You're muted. Nafisa, you're muted. We cannot hear you. Yeah.
Il faut dire que au niveau de ShareNet Burkina Faso, bien vrai que l'objectif que nous nous avons fixé au début même du projet est atteint, mais comme on le dit, tout n'est pas rose. Et nous avons rencontré des défis. Et le défi majeur même ici, c'était la question même du temps. Parce que les différents bénéficiaires des subventions trouvaient que le temps que nous nous avions donné était suffisant. Donc, tout le temps, avec le délai qui est là, il fallait vraiment un suivi rigoureux. Donc, c'était vraiment le suivi qui a qui a été vraiment un défi. Mais avec l'engouement même des participants, nous avons pu relever ce défi. Et également, au niveau de ShareNet Burkina Faso, nous avons reçu pas mal de recommandations pour les années à venir, surtout pour la production des connaissances. Il s'agissait même d'étendre même le réseau, et surtout dans les zones non accessibles, pour leur permettre également d'acquérir des connaissances à ce niveau. Donc, nous envisageons cela, mais ce n'est pas du tout facile parce qu'au Burkina Faso, les jeunes touchés, il y a d'autres pays, d'autres villages et d'autres zones rurales qui ont des problèmes de connexion. Donc, imaginez comment pouvoir communiquer avec eux. Ce n'est pas du tout simple. Alors, ça également, c'est sur notre ligne de recommandation qui est là. Donc, à part ça, je peux dire qu'au niveau de ShareNet de Burkina Faso, nous sommes vraiment ravis parce que nous avons atteint notre objectif depuis le départ. Voilà, c'est un peu ça. C'était la gestion du temps qui nous a beaucoup fatigués. Il fallait vraiment un suivi rigoureux même des produits de connaissances parce que ces différents bénéficiaires venaient de plusieurs structures différentes. Donc, imaginez pour organiser une rencontre même avec eux, il faut beaucoup de planification. Mais jusqu'à présent, tout est rentré dans l'ordre.
Yeah, thank you very much, Nafisa. I think time it's also a challenge that we always encounter, and especially when we need to adapt our activities. Now I would like to focus on the lessons learned. Maybe Semene, you can share what were the lessons learned for ShareNet Ethiopia.
Yeah, I think I've already said it. Maybe I think the lessons learned would be like, I think having consensus meeting from the very beginning would be, I think, an important thing to do, to be on the same page. I think with members also, and what's allowed and not allowed, also to have the platform running smoothly. I think inviting the right people also is really a key for success. Involving the right people for the development of the knowledge. I think having also multidisciplinary background people in the group, I think key for success. These are the learning, I think, for sure.
Thank you very much, Semene. Maybe Carolina, would you like to add some of the learnings from ShareNet Colombia?
Sure. From our side, which is really connected as a lesson learned, but it was also a challenge, and it's knowing that every organization has different capacities. So it's important as a lesson learned to be able, as a provider of funding, to be able to provide also capacity building and the necessary accompaniment according to each necessity, and because not everyone is on the same level to provide reports, to do financial reports and such. So it's important that we as a team also allocate time and allocate the staff that could provide this accompaniment, so that the organizations not only receive the funds and are able to develop a product, but are also strengthened as an organization to be able to apply for more funding in the future.
Yeah, thank you very much, Carolina. And I think that's also a challenge that others have faced and also incorporated some capacity strengthening in their program. Maybe from the Bangladesh side, would you like to add something?
Yes, Shana. I would like to say that the importance of knowledge translation, we have learned that translating research into actionable policies proved the crucial in addressing all the SRHR barriers. The structural synthesis of the evidence support advocacy for initiative like comprehensive sexuality education and other youth-focused intervention proved very well. And like I have mentioned that internet disruption, political instability, communication blackout, we have faced in Southeast Asia region. And we understand these challenges underscore the importance of leveraging hybrid approaches and robust contingency planning to the sustained collaboration. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you very much for sharing this last point. I see that we are at the end of our meeting, but I still would like to ask our panelists about what's next with all these products. So if those who can stay for like 10-15 minutes more, that would be great to ask these final two questions. And if not, we understand that you might have other things to do. But I will just then quickly go into how are you all gonna disseminate all these achievements, and also what is the role for members. We know that the situation of funding for ShareNet International is a little bit challenging at the moment, but we do hope that this is not like the end, but just like the beginning to our efforts on effective knowledge translation. So yeah, I would like maybe Carolina, you can share a little bit more on what are the plans for dissemination and what is the role of the members in amplifying the journey.
Yes, as I mentioned in my presentation, we had the video. We are sharing information on our social media, and also all the knowledge products created are on our library in our website. We are working on this digital magazine, and as for the members, we are trying, or we want at least for the grantees to be able to have like round tables with these stakeholders and users of their products, so that they can share them and let them know that they are there and they are usable, and also like try to engage more on these knowledge products. And also the idea is that we are able to have a second round of this process. We are working with other partners. We are trying to do similar things, but not in this scale. So we hope that in the future we are able to do the second regional exchange fair, knowledge exchange fair.
Yeah, thank you very much, Carolina. What about Burkina Faso? What are your plans for dissemination?
Ok, et en fait, on avait déjà échangé pour la dissémination avec l'équipe de ShareNet et également avec les membres lorsque nous participons à leurs différentes rencontres. Donc, à ce niveau, nous avons décidé pour les produits de connaissances, c'était demander à chaque structure. Et il y avait un point là-dessus, une ligne sur ça, si chaque structure pouvait diffuser au niveau de sa plateforme et également sur les réseaux sociaux. Et ça, c'est le premier volet que nous avons opté. Bien vrai que nous avons déjà partagé deux produits sur le site web de ShareNet, mais également nous le partagerons sur la plateforme ShareNet même de SOS Jeunesse et Défis, et également les différentes pages des partenaires qui nous soutiennent. Ils sont déjà, actuellement, c'est ce volet aussi qui est là. Nous travaillons à plus... avoir plus de visibilité même de la plateforme. Donc, les différents produits seront vraiment répandus et grâce aux différents membres qui sont là. C'est des jeunes vraiment dynamiques et beaucoup connus. Et eux aussi, ils auront un rôle là-dessus. Voilà ce que nous envisageons pour nos différents produits de connaissances.
Yeah, thank you, Nafisa. So then we better keep an eye on the ShareNet websites to see all these knowledge products.
Yes.
Farana, would you like to add from the ShareNet Bangladesh side?
Yeah, same here. We will publish the 3 key knowledge products during KTF, what we have developed in our website and social media channels. And this will also be shared with our policymakers, educators, and NGOs through the targeted email campaigns and stakeholder meetings time to time. And we will also collaborate with our regional partners, the regional global organization, to amplify the knowledge products. This includes webinars, panel discussion, and the co-hosted events to ensure the wide scale reach and engagement. And we will also have developed some plan for the youth campaigns to mobilize the young advocates to lead the dissemination campaigns. And they will use the digital platforms and in-person events to highlight the importance of CSE and share the insights gained through KTF activities. Thank you.
Yeah, very nice. Thank you very much. Cool that you are also involving young people to advocate for CSE. Samene, what about ShareNet Ethiopia?
Yeah, I think for ShareNet Ethiopia, we also uploaded the knowledge products on our website and also in our social medias. As the host organization of ShareNet Ethiopia is Cora is a membership organization. We have more than 88 organizations working on reproductive health. So this will be also our way of disseminating the knowledge product to the wider public. Next week, just next week, we have CSO week, and we are also part of it. And there will be like 1,000 CSOs in Ethiopia will be gathering together and showcasing their activities. We will be also presenting in this event. We have also our conference, yearly conference, SRHR conference. We will be using this platform also to disseminate this knowledge products. And we have already started also, we have a comprehensive abortion care task force in the country, and we started collaborating with them also. We shared this knowledge product with them also. We'll be using this platform also to disseminate the knowledge product. These are the dissemination ideas we have.
Yeah, very nice. And also important to collaborate with others to amplify the work that you have done. And my last question is for Ali. So what's next? How do you want to keep working on this? You are muted.
Okay, sorry. I said earlier that we signed an agreement with the National Center for Curriculum Development that is responsible for all the texts that will be entered in the textbook. So we signed the agreement to strengthen partnership in how to integrate the SRHR in the curriculum. Also, we follow up the recommendation of the conference, that many recommendations from the conference that are we will follow up the recommendation. And also next year we put in our plan to form a committee from expert to review about the knowledge product that already developed based on the UNESCO guide. And after the approval, we will send it to the Minister of Education and the Minister of the National Center. This is briefly what we are plan to continue our work on the recommendation of the comprehensive sexual education.
Yeah, thank you, Ali. So this is really just the beginning of all the work that you have all done. I see the time. We finished with our questions, and unfortunately, we did not have time to have a Q&A part, but please feel free to message us with your questions. If you have, we are going to make sure to share it with the coordinators and that they get back to you. Thank you very much to the panelists. and presenters, and for all the work that you have been doing over the past year and a half. It's been really nice to see how you have adapted all these methodologies to your context and have developed amazing knowledge products with your members. I would also like to say thank you to all the participants to this event and the members who are always supporting us. This is going to be the last event of the year and of this funding cycle with the ministry. We are still figuring out what's going to be the next step for the ShareNet platform, but we hope that we can continue organizing these events and these trajectories for all of you. Also, special thank you to the interpreters who have worked very hard today. I know Fionela has been with me in my previous meeting, and so I can imagine that she's looking forward to finish. So thank you very much. And yeah, lastly, I thank to Shannon for all the work that she has put on this event and also making sure that everything was working, and also to Felice, who was not able to be here today, but she has really been in the driving seat of this knowledge translation fund. So with these words, I will close the meeting, say thank you again to all of you, and hopefully see you in the future.
Mhm.